it begin.
I mean, with artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon. You know all those stories where there's the guy with the pentagram and the holy water, and he's like, yeah, you sure you can control the demon? Didn't work out.
There will be no Hell 9000 going up to Mars.
Hell 9000 would be easy. It's way more complex than, I mean, it would put Hell 9000 to shame. Yeah. I was like a puppy dog.
You can tell it's real because it looks so fake, honestly.
Now, let's take a quick, critical look at the footage. Did you guys see what just happened right there? Let me play it back for you. Watch right here, right in the live feed. Bam. Did you guys see that? Let's look at it again in slow motion. Check this out. Okay, did you guys notice where the green screen came on? Check this out right here. Look at the background behind the car. I'm going to show you where he actually truly is. He's not in space. Let me show you where he truly is. Check this out. Okay, now here the car is at the Space Center just before launch, supposedly. Now, see this thing surrounding it? This is your green screen, your simulator. That's all it is. See this background right here? Does that look familiar? Look at it again. As you can see, the background is identical. He's not in space, people. It's all just a bunch of fakery to deceive you. Now check this out right here. See how he's just turning in one spot? He's just turning. Well, that's a green screen around him. He's just in one spot turning. And it even showed you, I even showed you in the footage before, he's on this little platform. It's got a little track on it, and he just sits there and makes that car turn. As you can see right here, see that little track down at the bottom of this thing that it's sitting on? Yeah, that's all that thing does, is sit there and rotates. You've been fooled, people. It's a lie. It's a hoax. Now, the last thing I want to show you is right when they turn the green screen on, you'll see the flash of light, kind of like when you flick the switch on the wall, the light when it first comes on. Check this out, boom. Now it rests at its original setting. See how it rests on the car? Let me rewind that real quick. And we'll watch it in slow motion. See the flash of the light coming on? And now watch it ease down the car and rest in its original setting. It's just like a flash on a camera. When you first flash it, it's real bright because it's just coming on. It's just being turned on. There it is again. You guys can see. It's fakery. They're deceiving you. They're lying to you.
Y'all, when I tell you I'm genuinely confused. How did I miss this? How come nobody told me? How could I have missed this? I was on TikTok like yesterday, I think, and somebody said, "Do you know Elon Musk's Twitter profile picture? Have you ever seen the full profile picture of Elon Musk from Twitter?" And he pulled up this photo, and yo, how come I've never seen this before? That's his profile picture, right? But what he's actually wearing is this costume right here. And for those of you who can't see the full costume, that's what he has on his chest right there. A Baphomet goat with an upside down cross, red eyes, flaming all over the place. Like, y'all, how come y'all never told me about this? How come I never knew about this? And you know, it's even crazier. Suddenly we have this video, and I don't know how legit this is. I don't know if this woman is telling the truth or not. And that's kind of the internet. That's how the internet goes. You don't know what's legit and what's not legit. But allegedly, this woman was a nanny to Elon Musk when he was young. And this video, it was posted 2 years ago, and she posted this video herself. This was posted 2 years ago, but now this is just starting to get traction, and now it's starting to, pick up. But she pretty much said that Elon Musk, she believes, is the Antichrist, and she gives this whole story about his childhood as to why she believes that. Now, I want to watch this video with y'all. It's only about, 2.5 minutes, and I'm going to speed it up. So it's going to go through quick, but let's just watch this, because after seeing what I just seen, and like I said, y'all, I can't begin to tell you like how I don't know how I missed this. And when you look at his profile picture on Twitter, I've always seen this outfit and I never knew exactly what he was wearing. But then when you pull up the full picture, that's pretty wild. But let's watch, his nanny allegedly talk about him potentially being the Antichrist. Now, I've already made videos talking about how, I could potentially see that as a possibility. But after seeing dude with the goat and the upside down cross on his chest, and it's literally his profile Twitter, picture. Yeah, that's crazy. Let's get into this video.
Hi. God bless you. I'm Shalom Girl on YouTube.
Oh, snap. Hold on. I wasn't even playing it. Y'all didn't miss much.
I love Jesus Christ. He saved me. I want to tell you something. I'm an old lady, kind of. I'm 55. I was born in San Francisco in 1965. When I was a girl, I was in San Francisco. I was procured and sent to work for a family. There were 3 generations. There was a boy, the boy's mother, and the boy's grandfather. They were coming from Africa. They were white as me. I thought they'd be black.
Hold on. That's wild. I'm going to turn it up a little bit. Hold on. Oh, snap. That's as far as we can go. All right. I think y'all can hear it, right? She said they was white as me. I thought they'd be black. All right. Continue.
They were coming from Africa. And because of something the boy did, I never told what he did. The boy did something very dark when he was very little. And I was just coming to know Jesus. And Jesus saved me. And anyway, the boy did something very dark. And I never told what he did. And then one day I asked someone in the circle, Imelda, Joaquin's mother, I asked Imelda, I said, is he the Antichrist? I was 13 years old. She didn't even blink. She said, no, but he will present the mark. And when you see him do that, the Antichrist will take the stage. So
I don't know why that just gave me the chills. But she's talking about, she said she was 13 years old when she asked this question. Like, I don't know many 13-year-olds that understand that concept, that information. I don't know why that just gave me the chills. All right, let's continue.
now here we are, 40 years later. Boom, that boy is the star of the world. He's the king of the world, but Jesus Christ is the king of my heart. Okay. The boy's name then was Elon. It's changed over time. But We're 40 years later. And I see that boy everywhere, and the world adores him, but he's the king of Babylon. And I'm going to call you out, choose you this day whom you will serve. Be it God, serve him. Be it the king of Babylon, serve him.
Okay. Hold on. Don't play nothing. Don't play nothing. All right. Wow. So I have another one. Hold on. I want to watch this too. This is the same woman from the video. And once again, this woman is saying that she used to be Elon Musk's nanny. So I want to watch this video as well, because I guess she's telling a different story of something that happened specifically. I don't know. She can explain it better than I can.
He got into his mother's trunk. I always called it her African trunk because she told me she's from Africa, and there was these little rock statues in there, like little, action figures. And he would set him up in a certain way, like a little Stonehenge on his bed, and his room was dark. It's always dark in there. And even though his room faced the street, it was like blackout curtain on that side. So he couldn't see out, and I was the house almost across the street. And he set him up in a certain way. And when a little kid's sneaking and you still see that they're sneaking and they're trying to be sneaky and you think it's cute. You know what I mean? They're trying to hide something, but they can a cookie. He's kind of being like that happy, but it was wicked. And he said, call me Moon. I said, Moon, come play with my friends. He's so excited. And I knew something weird was going on in there. And there was wind and energy. And I peeked in the door. I was scared, man. I peeked in the door and something was wrong in there. And it was like there was something happening. I don't know the language to describe it, but
And how old would he be at this point in time?
By the record, he would be 7 or 8. But he was
7 or 8.
2-year-old, like a baby that just learned how to walk. So later I would wonder and doubt myself, is he one of his grandfather's lab experiments?
Wait,
is he human?
Wait, what did she say? Did she say he just appeared at 7-year-old? Hold on. She said something about a baby being able to walk, but a 7-year-old is way past the point of being, learning how to walk.
Happening. I don't know the language to describe it, but
And how old would he be at this point in time?
By the record, he would be 7 or 8. But he was
7 or 8.
2-year-old, like a baby that just learned how to walk. So later
I think she said he was 7 or 8, but he was tiny at that point, like a baby who just learned how to walk. I think, because it cut off.
Wonder and doubt myself, is he one of his grandfather's lab experiments? Because I go, is he human? I asked my aunt. She's like, I don't know. Those Illuminati. Okay, he opened up something, a portal, a Stargate, whatever. But he was excited and he was jumping up and down. And
So he was able to open up a Stargate in his room.
Whatever you want to call it. It was a different dimension.
Yeah, a portal. Well, portal would be the actual name.
And I've been so embarrassed to say it out loud that everybody would laugh at me or lock me up. I only told my aunt.
So tell me what happened. Something's not right. Something's scary in that room. Describe what you see and what happens.
I went to the edge of the doorway and I peeked in there and I was afraid just to peek. And there was something happening in there, like a sci-fi movie. And there was something, he set him up like a little Stonehenge on his bed. He didn't have any normal.
Yeah, I don't know what the heck is happening here. I don't know what's happening here. I don't know what's happening here. I don't know that those two videos, I don't know why they kind of gave me like a horror movie vibe. I'm very interested to know more about her story, and I'm interested to know exactly what went down, because she seems very adamant that there is something demonic going on with Elon Musk. And when you see pictures like this, it's hard to argue with her. It's very hard to argue with her. I'm curious to know, and I don't think he would ever respond to this. Not my video, but I don't think he would ever respond to the nanny. But maybe, you never know. Because I have seen him talk about Christianity before. And it's very interesting because he did an interview. He was talking about Christianity. And surprisingly, he seemed very open to it. He seemed, very respectful of it. And maybe that's just because, that's the business side of him, being able to play both sides of the field. And, a lot of the people who support him on the conservative side happen to be Christian as well. So it would make sense that he would be respectful of Christianity. But like when you see stuff like this, him wearing this outfit, that completely contradicts any type of respect that he might have shown to Christianity in the past, in my opinion. This is crazy. I want to know more about the nanny story. Let me read this real quick. It says, this is an article from the Christian Post talking about this outfit that he wore. It says, just days after becoming CEO of Twitter, Musk attended a Halloween party in New York City wearing a blood red leather gladiator outfit that featured the satanic goat's head symbol known in occult circles as Baphomet. Is it Baphomet or Baphomet? Y'all always be clowning me, but shoot, I don't know. I don't know. And inverted crosses on his breastplate and forearms. Musk 51 reportedly wore the Devil's Champion set. So this costume is called the Devil's Champion set from a New York City costume store, and it cost $7,500. And this is images that he shared. So this is him wearing it with his mother, May. If this don't look like, and I understand these are Halloween costumes, but they look a little too natural in these Halloween costumes. They look a little too natural. This ain't their first time hopping in these outfits. That's all I'm going to say. They look a little too comfortable. And here he is hopping out the car. What is going on here? It says, as of late December, Musk's profile image on Twitter is of him posing in the Baphomet outfit, the goat's horn clearly visible in the bottom of the image. Oddly enough, Musk's ex-wife, Claire Boucher, better known as pop artist Grimes, has also shown an affinity for satanic references. She posed with a book titled Satan is Real in a 2019 cover shoot for Cultured, and in April, Boucher was depicted in Vanity Fair interview with black alien eyes and her two fingers held up in a pose directly referencing a traditional depiction of the Baphomet figure. So your ex-wife is a Satan worshiper. I don't think it would be out of the realm of possibility that you yourself are also a Satan worshiper. And I'm trying to figure out how I never knew this. Because I've made videos about Elon Musk before. I never knew any of this information. And it's crazy because it's literally has been right in front of me this whole entire time. They be hiding in plain sight. They be hiding in plain sight. It's interesting what the nanny said. The nanny said, she asked the question in this video. She said, is he the Antichrist? And, I don't remember what she was saying of who responded, but she was saying no, but he's going to be the one that delivers the mark and he's going to set the stage for the Antichrist. Yo, once again, this is me literally just finding out about all of this stuff for the first time. I'm definitely going to look more into it. You're definitely going to see more videos about this. I was just needed to share this with y'all because I had no idea that I didn't even know he was moving like this. And it's crazy because it's literally on his Twitter profile picture and it's right in front of the whole world to see. Man, this is wild. Get in my comments. Let me know what you think. Do you believe the nanny? Do you think Elon is the Antichrist? What do you think? Like, I'm still trying to wrap my head around this whole thing because it's just so in your face, so blatant. It's like, yo, what is happening? What is happening? So get in my comments. Let me know what you think. I'm out.
Those people are destroying America. These people are the good guys. How do you decipher between the good guys and the bad guys?
Well, I have the gift of discernment that comes from the Holy Spirit. It didn't take me very long to really like you. You know, when I listen to you, I just have discernment. I can sit here and tell you who I think the worst of the worst is and who I think the best of the best is. I think I naturally have that gift. You know, for example, it's a little bit off topic, but for example, somebody that has fooled everybody, but he simply cannot fool me, Elon Musk. You know,
Elon Musk.
Absolutely. I think that he could possibly be, now I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong, but based off of what I think, he could possibly be the false prophet who presents the mark of the beast to the world and presents the Antichrist on the world stage. I mean, that's how evil I think he is. Now, let's back this up with a little bit of scripture. We can rest assured that Revelation has started. Okay, and I want to cite the part in Revelation where it says the Euphrates River will run dry. Now, the Euphrates River is going to run dry so that the army of 200 million comes from the east. Okay, they're going to march across that dry river and go to destroy Israel. Okay, this is all unfolded in the book of Revelation. Now, that was wrote some 2,000 years ago. John, who wrote that, could not have possibly known that river was going to dry up without supernatural means. It's impossible to predict a river drying up 1,000 years later. So what I'm telling you is that book was definitely supernaturally inspired, and that based off Revelation, based off of what's described, we are coming close to the second coming of Jesus. We are getting very close. That Euphrates River is getting really, really dry right now. So if you don't believe in the Bible, you don't believe it's prophetic, well, look up what I just said. I believe it's Revelation 16. I can't really quite remember everything, but I know it's in there. And it talks about the Euphrates River running dry. So why'd I bring that up? I brought that up to tell you that there's a good chance that the Antichrist is walking and breathing on this planet as we speak, which that means that the false prophet that comes along with the Antichrist is alive. So why do I think it's Elon Musk? Well, there's two pieces of evidence that are more significant. They're more significant than any other piece of evidence. One, it says in Revelation, the false prophet will deceive with fire from the sky. And so Elon Musk has this fake space program called SpaceX. And let me tell you, he ain't been past the firmament. No man has ever been past the firmament. He has not been in space. He has not put a rocket on Mars. He's not done anything he said he did. He's not a scientist. He's not a propulsion engineer. He don't make electric cars. He pays people to do it for him. He's one of the greatest scammers that humanity's ever seen. But I think he's actually a step further than just a con artist. I think he's evil embodied. And I can say that with confidence because, like I said, one piece of scripture, the false prophet will deceive with fire from the sky. But here's another piece of evidence is Elon Musk is inventing chips that go in people's brains. And I'm telling you, that is the behavior to look for when you're talking about the Antichrist. There's going to be a mark in everybody's head, and there's going to be a mark in it or on their hand, okay? That's what they call the mark of the beast. And I'm telling you, Elon Musk, if he hasn't invented the mark of the beast yet, he is laying the groundwork for the Antichrist to take that mark of the beast and implement it on all humans. Because right now, Elon Musk has actually put a chip in somebody's brain and convinced them that they're healthier now. And I'm telling you, that's beyond a con artist. That is evil embodied. To lie to somebody to the degree that you can tell them, hey, put this chip in your brain and I'll help you. And he's going to convince millions of people to put that chip in their brain. And I'm telling you right now, he sounds like the false prophet, and the false prophet is going to present the Antichrist.
So let me ask you a couple questions.
Yes, sir.
So, you know, if Musk doesn't buy Twitter, October of 2022, I don't know the exact time when he bought it. Anyways, if Elon Musk doesn't buy Twitter, right? And he decides to just focus on SpaceX, which is now October of 2022. Yeah. So which is now a $210 billion company. You can pull up SpaceX market cap. I think it's a $210 billion company. He continues with Tesla, which he took from, a $59 billion company to $650 billion plus trillion valuation, gets his $55 billion payout, give or take, whatever the number is. He could have continued doing that. He could have continued doing those things. But if he doesn't buy Twitter and you say something like this that you just said right now, this wouldn't stay. Any of the stuff that you said, these interviews wouldn't stay on Twitter. They would ban you. They would silence you. You would be suspended from Twitter, right? But you're out there being able to say this stuff about him, right? So if he's the Antichrist, why would he be okay
the false
with
prophet?
the false? No, I'm sorry. The false
Not the
Antichrist is walking. Yeah, he's on earth, but the false prophet. If he's a false prophet, why would he allow so many people to say what they say about him? Why would he give him that permission?
Here's the thing. In the Great Depression, did you know that the government handed out soup to people? Now, does that mean that the government cares about you? Does that mean that the government's going to help you because they handed out soup? No, the government caused the Great Depression, and then they offer you a measly bowl of soup. Does that mean that the government is who you trust because they're the ones handing out soup? No, he might have given you a little bit of freedom on Twitter. He's going to take everything from you. You put that chip in your brain and you watch. And I'll tell you right now, he is evil embodied. Nobody wants to put a chip in somebody else's brain unless if they are evil and sadistic. And I'll say it right to his face. I'm not scared of him, and I die right now. I don't care. There's nothing he can do to scare me. And I'm not scared to tell people what I believe because I'm telling you, if you get that chip in your brain from Elon Musk, you've been fooled.
The chip is the one that makes you uncomfortable.
When you type in Neuralink and Greek beta gematria, you get the numerical value of 666.
Can you type that in?
Now, gematria, apparently, I don't know a bunch of stuff. I'm not that well versed in my history, but gematria is when they give words or letters a numerical value. When you type in Neuralink and Greek beta gematria, 666. That's why I believe it.
Okay, so where did you read that? Did you read that online or?
I typed it in myself. I went to the Greek beta gematria calculator and I typed in the word Neuralink. And its numerical value in Greek beta gematria is 666. So, I could be wrong, but either way, he's still evil. He's still a liar. I mean, just like, for example, we're talking about his cars. Let's talk about his cars. You take one of them cyber trucks, it can't pull two of my trucks from state to state. Dude, I'll take a 7.3 IDI back from 91. And I'll load up 2 or 3 cyber trucks and I'll pull them all the way across the country. His trucks can't do that. That was back in 91 they were making diesel engines that could do that. His truck ain't nothing. He can't even make a real truck for men. That cyber truck is a piece of garbage. His Teslas, they're garbage. He's conned everybody by believing that these electric vehicles are so great. It's the biggest scam I've ever seen in my life, those electric vehicles are. And not only that, here's why they're inhumane. Because to get all the power for them batteries, you have to mine all of these elements, and that's all done by child labor. So people thinking, we're helping the environment. Dude, you're increasing the demand for child labor because that's how all these batteries are made, is child labor. So he's doing the opposite of what he's saying in every single aspect. Just like in SpaceX, they're taking these rockets up and they launch them and then they crash them in the ocean. That's it. He can't go to space. No man has crossed the firmament. You see what I'm saying? So if you believe that Elon Musk has passed the firmament, or if you don't know what the firmament is, then I'm just telling you, you've been tricked. And it's okay to be tricked. But it's really good to not be tricked.
So Bryce, here's what I did when you're saying Neuralink, 666, all that stuff, right? And a similar thing to Monster drink. Have you ever seen a Monster drink? If you flip it to 666,
it is demonic, brother. Monster energy drinks are demonic. In the name of Jesus Christ, I'll never promote that product. They're partnered with the UFC, but I will not promote that demonic product. It's straight from the pits of hell. That's right. It has 666 on the can. They just come out with the flavor called Bad Apple. Now they're referring to the fall of man, and they put it on the can. That the flavor is called Bad Apple, and it says on the can.
Pull this up, Rob.
On the can it says, "This flavor is so good it'll get you kicked out of the Garden of Eden." So they are mocking Christianity. If you put that in your body, you're partaking in a demonic ritual.
It says if you put this in your body. Wait, they said zoom in, Rob, to see if that's what it says or not. I can't see it.
It said this drink is so good it's worth getting kicked out of the Garden of Eden
Yep.
for.
Forget your regular apple juice. Bad apple is so good it's almost worth getting kicked out of Eden over.
That's what they named it.
And when you turn that bottle upside down, that's 666 in Hebrew. I'm telling you, brother, this is demonic.
So go back to Elon Musk. So who do you think named because first thing you made me do is Neuralink, what it stands for.
Right.
So I said, let me see who named the company Neuralink. Rob, can you pull up the link I just sent you? So watch this. Meet the guys who sold Neuralink to Elon Musk without even realizing it. Okay, so this is a story from 7 years ago. Go all the way down. Let's read it. So last week we learned that Elon Musk will start a mind-computer interface called Neuralink. The name added a brainy new entry to Musk's growing scroll of big ideas, Tesla, Solar City, SpaceX, and Hyperloop. But as the news of Musk's nascent venture to merge man and machine spread across social media, an electric engineer in Ohio named Pedram Mohseni must have been slapping his forehead. That's because in January, he'd agreed to sell the name Neuralink to Musk without realizing it. So that could mean that Mohseni came up with the name Neuralink, not Musk. That's where I go to automatically, right, to see where the credibility is there. Because I understand having strong positions against somebody. It's America. I mean, there's nothing wrong with having that. I understand, thinking certain people are false prophets. I'm sure there's many of them out there that act like, you ever seen that one pastor who's in his jet and the lady comes up to him and starts interviewing him and how he reacts? You ever seen that interview?
Yeah, demon manifest.
Right.
Yeah, I know
he says, I don't want to be in a, what did he call it, a loop with other demon, Is that
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, that clip, right?
I've seen it, brother.
So that's the part with Elon Musk. So, because others have said it as well, where, what's his motive with that? I don't know if I'm going to be a testimony of somebody that's going to want Neuralink in me or not. I had a guy here, Billy Carson. I don't know if you know who Billy Carson is.
Oh, yeah.
He's a guy that forbidden knowledge, if I'm saying it correctly, Rob. And I said, let me ask you, what would you do with Neuralink? Would you ever put it in your brain? He says, not today. I said, why not? He says, I just wouldn't put it today because I don't need it today. My brain works good today. I said, so would you put it later on? He says, yeah, if I notice all of a sudden, my cognitive and my thinking and all this stuff is kind of declining, I'd put it in. I said, are you looking, you're saying it very simply, Billy, as if it's like steroids. If my testosterone levels drops, I'm going to get on steroids. He says, yeah, something similar to that, right? Now, Billy's a pretty skeptical guy. He doesn't trust a lot of people to be able to say something like that. But there are some people that say this Neuralink is going to help people with some other issues that they have that they would entertain putting in it. I don't know that. I'm not interested in that. But, only time will tell what this is going to do for us. Go ahead.
Well, I think that Elon Musk is such a nice guy that, brother, you won't have to put it in your forehead. You could also put it in your right palm if you want to. You see what I'm saying? It's going to be in your forehead or your right palm. You just watch. It's going to evolve.
Tell me what you mean, your right palm.
The mark of the beast. It's going to be in the forehead or the right palm. You see, and Elon Musk is so nice, he'll give you the option, I bet you. You can put it in your forehead or your right palm. The time will prove me true, because as time keeps going, you're going to be able to see more of the stuff that I'm saying is true. It's going to come out. It's going to be undeniable. Now, you say that Elon Musk, he got sold that name Neuralink, and I believe that. That's fine. But the Bible, when it says that the mark is going to be 666, it doesn't say where that comes from. It just says the mark is going to be 666. That does not take away the fact that if you type in Neuralink in Greek Beta Gematria, it's numerical value 666. I don't care who sold it to him or this or that. For example, perfect example, when I talk about the Euphrates River being dry, and that these prophecies in the Bible are coming true, it's undeniable. You know what people want to tell me? They want to tell me, yeah, but the river is coming dry because they've dammed it up. It's just because people have dammed up the river. It's not anything to be worried about. The people dammed up the river. That's why there's a perfectly natural explanation for why the river's running dry. And I say, yeah, but the river's running dry. Like the book said, it doesn't matter how it's running dry. The river is dry. The book 2,000 years ago said the river's going to run dry. When that happens, this happens. 200 million people cross from the east to the west to kill Israel. Now, when John wrote that 2,000 years ago, there wasn't 200 million people on the planet. There might have been a couple million people. So a guy said that one of the most active rivers in all of civilization, he said, hey, that river's going to dry, and 200 million people are going to walk across it, an army of 200 million people. There wasn't 200 million people on the planet, and the river wasn't dry. Now there's an army of 200 million to the east, which is China, which is, I'm telling you, China is going to militarize. They're going to come over to kill everybody. You mark my words. And that river's dry. So it doesn't matter how that river got dry.
You think China's going to go after Israel?
I think so, brother. That's what's coming.
That's what's coming. So your thoughts? I've
Elon Musk announced over a year ago that he planned to convert Twitter into an everything app, like China's WeChat, an app to do everything, including online banking and finance. Last April, Musk announced that Twitter Incorporated has been renamed to X Corporation. He created a new artificial intelligence company known as X.AI, and he partnered with eToro for stock and crypto exchange. The media would have you believe that Elon Musk is an independent billionaire genius whose dream is to revolutionize banking. But this story is demonstrably false. The facts tell us that Elon Musk is a frontman for the same old, same old. But because he says there are only two genders, he has gained the trust of a radicalized people in a time of war, without ever having to explain his lies. Musk says he grew up poor, but his family was rich with emeralds and had a history of abuse and witchcraft, telltale signs of multi-generational mind control. Musk received tens of thousands of dollars from his parents to launch his first business venture, a digital phone book known as Zip2. Outside coders were hired to write the entire thing because Elon couldn't code. Zip2 sold for millions and went nowhere, but Elon made $22 million and with the help of the mainstream media, launched his new persona as a quirky pop star genius. He then acquired X.com and announced he would create an online bank known as X. He partnered with banking experts who all left the company after accusing Elon of lying to the media about the product, which is all he did. Elon Musk is believed to have co-founded PayPal. This is false. In 2000, Musk sold his failing X.com business to Confinity, a company founded in 1998 by Peter Thiel and Max Levchin. All Musk reportedly did there was insist on changing the company's name to X. He was forced out, but somehow managed to get them to agree in writing to remove all references to founders from the company website. Musk made nearly $200 million off the sale of PayPal, a company that he contributed nothing to, and then used that money, along with the illusion of being a successful businessman co-founder, to buy his way into Tesla. Tesla Motors was founded in 2003 by Mark Tarpenning and Martin Eberhard, who developed the Tesla Roadster. When Tesla accepted millions from Elon, it came with the condition that he be named chairman of the company. Even though he only contributed money, Musk was unable to hide his anger that the media wasn't giving him credit for Tesla Motors. And after forcing Eberhard out of the company, he rewrote their history to have himself listed as an original co-founder. The obvious fake persona of a billionaire quirky genius has worked so well that few even question SpaceX. The official story is that Elon, who has absolutely no experience with rocket science, came up with the idea for SpaceX while traveling to Russia with the CIA's Michael Griffin of In-Q-Tel. Shortly after this conversation, Griffin was made administrator of NASA, where he launched the COTS program that privatized NASA's rocket program and awarded $278 million to SpaceX, who had never made or flown any rockets. Musk then partnered with rocket engineer Tom Mueller, who went on to produce rocket technology that has clearly been developed for years in the private sectors of the military-industrial complex. Elon's companies have received billions in government subsidies over the last 2 decades, money that was later spent on the purchase of Twitter, where he immediately began the process of turning it into an everything app with its own banking system. Or rather, the ruling class cabal that pulls his strings is turning Twitter into an everything app with its own banking system. And that should be alarming. But he says there are only 2 genders, and families are good, and people love a hero. They don't need to chip you to control you. We already have iris scanners and palm scanners. A cashless society will do the job. And for many, Elon's X will be preferable to Amazon's palm scanners. The illusion of choice will make your financial enslavement less painful. Reporting for InfoWars, this is Greg Reese.